Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to Fallout 76. Let's talk to Maggie.
Oh, I'm sore all over.
Yeah, I need to get a I need to get a nuclear key card.
Hey there. The name's Maggie. I'm looking for someone to head into Monongah Mine for me. I'll pay for anything you can find about a man named Earl Williams. He was my pops. The mine's been closed up since before the war, but you look like the resourceful type. Think you can lend me a hand?
Oh, I need some information first.
Fair enough. What do you want to know?
How do you end up in Monongah Mine?
Me and some other townsfolk got some liquid courage one night and decided to go up to the mine. I knew that damn bourbon would be the end of him somehow. They kept going on about getting the last of what they could before that Deke Sykes from Hornwright Industrial closed up the mine. Well, that son of a bitch ended up blasting the entrance closed with everyone still inside.
Why didn't anyone try to get them out?
You don't think I tried? I clawed at the rubble until my hands bled, and they had to drag me away. They told me that my pops ran off and said the others left Monongah since there was no more work. I think it was some sort of cover-up. They either got paid off by the Hornwrights to keep quiet, or they didn't want to deal with the expenses of a rescue mission.
When did this happen?
This was back in January of '76, after Hornwright cleaned out everything that they could from the mine. So, I'm not delusional. I know he's dead. It's been over 20 years, and if the hunger didn't get him, then I'm sure the radiation did. I hope he didn't suffer too much.
I want to talk about something else.
What are you trying to know?
More about you?
Sure, I guess.
You from Monongah?
Yep, born and raised in that dying mining town. I was glad to leave that shithole. Especially after what happened to my pops.
Why didn't you like living
The
there?
town was full of idiots and cowards. They let Hornwright Industrial walk all over them, as if some corporation was really trying to help us out. They let the Hornwrights take everything from us. Our jobs, our resources, hell, even our people.
Why was Monongah dying?
Hornwright Industrial came swooping in like they were our saviors, and gave the town a bunch of money for the mining rights. They took away jobs from the miners thanks to their robots. Took everything they could from the mine, and then left us high and dry.
I want to talk about something else.
What are you trying to know?
More about the job.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what I can.
What should I be looking for?
Well, I'm not sure you'll find much more than some dead bodies, but if you happen to come across anything that belonged to my pops, I'd be grateful if you could bring it back to me.
Anything specific I should look out for?
Well, there is one thing. A pocket watch. My pops always carried it on him. If you find it, you'll know it's him. It's engraved and has a photo of us inside, so it should be easy to know it's the right one.
A little morbid, isn't it?
In 1907, that mine had one of the worst mining disasters in history. And then almost 2 centuries later, more people get trapped and buried in it. So yeah, don't be too spooked if you see a skeleton or two. The world is littered with dead bodies now. Get used to it.
Something else.
What are you trying to know?
I've decided whether or not I'm going to help you.
Okay. Well,
I'll help you.
thanks. I appreciate it. I'll give you whatever I can spare.
Find a way inside Monongah Mine. Talk with Maggie about ideas to get inside.
How's it going?
Any ideas how to
You
get
have a
inside?
chance to make it to Monongah Mine yet? With all those horrible nukes dropping and destroying everything, you'd think one would land near Monongah Mine. I bet a powerful blast like that would knock the rubble out of the way so you could get inside.
Okay.
Good luck.
Use a nuke. I'd like that sentence. Use a nuke on Monongah Mine. Okay. Well, let's go talk to our good pal Modus. We need a key card. And then we need to go through a silo again. I don't even remember how to do the trick to skip a lot of it, but it's fine. It's not that big of a hassle anyway. It is that big of a hassle, but it's more of a hassle to start remembering and looking up how to do the exploit. Who knows if it even still works, actually. It's surprising Modus doesn't have any commentary after you've dropped a nuke. You would think he'd say something about it. Why is my AP not draining? Oh, there we go. That was weird. Okay, go down. And then here. And then up. Alright, now which is the terminal I need? This one. Key card. Where are we looking? Oh. That's actually surprisingly close to Site Alpha. Is it moving? That's weird. Why is it not moving? I bet it moved now. It still hasn't moved. Weird. Oh, the Aelgoi respawned. That's fine. I'm gonna need something with range. Oh, I hear them. Ooh, the textures are really freaking out. Wait, they're not like underground. Okay, no, that was just... Oh. Did I get it? I got it. Alright, that wasn't that bad.
Unauthorized access of secure transport container.
I don't even know why I picked up that plan. This might be the last episode for this. Okay, let's head to Site Alpha because we were just there. As far as I'm aware, the layouts are identical in all three silos. So it's not like that's going to be featuring anything remarkable. Here we go again.
Unscheduled access detected.
Yeah.
Activating security system alpha.
I'll just, you know what? I think I'll just skip ahead so you don't have to sit through all this.
Access granted.
Alright. That's what I like to hear. It only took about 22 minutes. So we need to nuke Monongah Mine, which... Ooh. They didn't really mark on the map now, did they? But I know where it is. No, that's too far. That should work. I hope I nailed it. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. You don't want to center it. You want it to kind of be off. So basically your target is on the edge. So you get some wiggle room. You don't have to run through an entire nuke zone to get to it. Although I think typically the favored one is to have it so this is on the north edge. So basically you cover this area because then you don't have to worry about the train station being affected. Okay. Let's get a good view. And also not be in the blast radius. That would be a good idea.
What?
else? No? Okay. Ooh, I'm very close to the edge. Let's see. That's still a little dangerously close. Let me get over. Oh, but this no good unobstructed views here. So if I can just jump to this. How real is the geometry on these spikes? Oh, pretty real. Uncooperative, though. Come on. Just... There we go. Now that'll do. I have a big tower in the way, but that nuke should land right there, and I'm not in the radius. Okay. Well, actually, let me switch to this. I actually had to do this twice the first time, because there's something you're supposed to pick up, and I didn't. Oops. I thought you just run in and kill the guy and that's it, but nope. Turns out the thing you need to pick up isn't on him. Alright, if I just look at the little nuclear symbol on my map, it shows me the center, roughly. And it should be coming in any second now. Does it strike exactly at 0? I don't think it does. I hear it. Yep, there it is. It does. I will admit, it does never get old. They did a very good job on the nuclear impact. Unrealistic because I would be completely blind, but I believe I've gone over that before. Oh, something didn't like being hit with a nuke over there. Really? I'm stuck on a pipe. What? Why does it want me to search for supplies? Safe note. The gnomes hold the key. Oh, that's like not even related to this. Alright. Yeah, the mole miners got obliterated that were hanging out. I like this boss more than the Scorched Beast, Queen, if I'm totally honest. The only downside is that it doesn't. You can't have the whole server in on this one. It's, what is it, groups of 8 max, and it's weird sometimes how it gets instanced.
Hey, Mags. Listen, I know I messed up. I never should have came into this mine in the first place. A few supplies ain't worth all this. Don't you for 1 second start thinking that I left you on purpose. And don't be going and blaming yourself either. I can't be there for you anymore. But you're tough. And I know you'll be okay. Never forget your pops loves you more than anything.
Yep, that's the thing I forgot to pick up. Or neglected to pick up. Hey, aren't some stuff supposed to come creeping out of the walls? Where are they? There's one. Wendigos. Actually, is the plural of Wendigo? The plural of Wendigo is Wendigos, right? Why are there actually settlers in this mine that aren't... These people are supposed to have been down here for 20 years. She doesn't look like a rotten corpse. She looks pretty fresh, actually. Did they just, like, come running it? And the mole miners make more sense, even if it's T-posing. Huh, I don't think it's supposed to be T-posing like that, but that's fine. But is this implied that like they came running in immediately when I detonated it? See, this stuff makes more sense. Out of all the mines to get trapped in, why do I have to be this graveyard? This place gives me the creeps. I keep seeing and hearing things. Everyone else keeps telling me that ghosts don't exist. If that's true, then why do I keep hearing pickaxes striking at stone? There hasn't been coal in this mine since the Hornwrights cleaned it out. And none of us have any mining equipment. It's gotta be the miners from the disaster back in 1907. Some days I wake up and a cold chill rises up from beside me. If it's their company, I don't want it. Leave me be, leave me be. Mine's haunted. Oh, I missed his first journal. Entry 2. I can feel the last bits of my sanity slipping. The lack of days and nights is driving me crazy. It makes me sick to my stomach to think about the things I've done. At this point, I'm not sure if I want to make it out of here alive anyway. I'm a damn monster now. I'm always hungry. Doesn't matter how much I eat. I still want more. I can't control my urges anymore. People ain't dying fast enough to satisfy my hunger. I must do what I have to. Please don't tell Maggie. Cannibalism. You know what they say. Don't be a cannibal in Appalachia. I do like the Wendigo lore, though. They did a very good... I mean, the cryptids all in general, they did a pretty good job with. Even Mothman, who they kind of refused to touch on. There used to be an exploit with this. You could use power armor to get into the mine before. You didn't have to wait for the mine shaft to clear. But wait we shall. I'm thinking about the early days when this event first came out. People without power armor would jump down this shaft that opens up, and they would either die or be... they need to be revived. That was a spooky noise. What could that be? Ah, I forgot how freaky it was. Oh, he sees me. Or does he? Oh, I think he sees... No, he doesn't. He's so weird. Is he really not going to wander over here? Oops. There he is. Oh, he is actually quite bulky, all things considered. Switch to the chainsaw. Yeah, he has this thing where you run away. Oh, the Scorch Beast went down. The Scorch Beast Queen went down like a joke compared to this guy. Oh wait, no, auto weapons, I forgot. It's actually not that much different compared to what I was damage I was just doing. No, never mind, it's way faster. And he's dead. A bloodied baseball bat, okay. And now you have to run away. That's not how you run away. weird that him dying causes this chain reaction that makes everything explode. Wow, there's a lot of Wendigos chasing me. It's not really so important that you escape. You get kicked out regardless. It's just for the theatrics of it. Wait, it's saying I didn't complete... Oh, no, I did complete it. It's just the marker is weird. A Wendigo just came flying across my screen. I need to look up the history of Monongah Mine in real life. The disaster in 1907. Is that also what they reference in Until Dawn? Is that the same? Because that also involves miners getting stuck and resorting to cannibalism. Is it not done yet? Come on. There she goes. Ooh. That's almost useless. What curse did I get a cursed weapon? Flux, flux, flux. Oh no, I got a rug. A horrifying rug. Ooh, that's actually pretty. Actually, the rug is not bad. It's basically just his skin as a rug. Let's see, the disaster in 1907, the worst mining disaster in American history. 362 miners were killed. Rescue attempts. Did they actually save anyone? Oh, Jesus. Man, I would just never go back in that mine again after a history like that. Mine's haunted. No way. And I don't even believe in hauntings.
I saw a blast go down near
Oh, I didn't even know she has freckles.
What'd you find?
Oh, I could lie? Let's not tell her that.
That's probably for the best. Guess he must have got buried somewhere in the mine then. I just hope he didn't suffer.
He's definitely not suffering
Maybe
now.
he left it out in the hopes that I would find it one day. To be able to have a piece of him with me always. Thank you for doing this for me. I won't forget it.
Why do I have 0 caps? Wait a minute. That was weird. Huh. Oh, I guess I should give her the tape too.
Seems like there's been...
holotape.
You really went looking around for more of my pop stuff for me? That is... Wow, that is...
Maybe the
so
tape
kind of
wasn't related to the quest, but it was a miscellaneous
for finding
objective
this
that got
for me.
stuck in my log. That might be it. Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything, but just give her closure. Shut up, Ward. No one likes
We can
you.
get the flock big enough. We can add chicken to the menu.
No, this is not what I'm... Oh, this one. This is going to be the last quest we do, because I think this episode is still... Actually, it's about 20 minutes long, but this shouldn't be a long quest, so... I don't even remember what the daily was. I think it's track and eliminate, but that shouldn't be too bad. And plus I have free reign of Watoga now. There's a lot of dead raiders. Want to prove your worth and honor the Brotherhood of Steel? Meet me at Watoga Towers. If you're just a raider looking for trouble, think twice. This one didn't. Initiate Vernon Dodge, Brotherhood of Steel. I think I actually showed Vernon in my other playthrough, but I didn't do this part of the quest. I showed the after part with the Brotherhood of Steel. You can come back and tell them they're back in town. Dude looks like Solid Snake. Old Solid Snake, I should say.
Let's have a look at you.
Actually, he looks more like Big Boss.
All right, you'll have to do.
What the hell are you looking at, old man?
Ha! You got grit. I'll give you that. I could use some muscle. I'm Initiate Dodge with the Appalachian chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. I got word that members from Mariposa are on their way here now. It's critical that I lay the groundwork they need to get a foothold in this region. Are you up for it?
I'm able to help. I have some questions first.
Fine, but be quick. I don't have time for a leisurely chinwag.
Actually, tell me about that urgent task. Tell me about yourself.
The deserter came back to make things right. That's all you need to know. And before you go getting all curious to hear Grandpa Vernon's stories, prove to me you're worth my time first.
I want to know about the Appalachian chapter of the Brotherhood.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do them justice then. The Appalachian chapter, my chapter, once stood the best chance of bringing back civilization in this damned hellhole. This old husk in front of you is all that's left. Hopefully, the training I have with my chapter's specialized tools can still be of service to the Californian Brotherhood.
I registered as a member of Fort Defiance, or what's left of it.
Huh. Well, that doesn't quite make you a true member of the Appalachian chapter, but it took some chops to get that far. I was right to assume you were skilled.
I thought all members of the Appalachian Brotherhood were killed.
Now the last one
Brotherhood?
left, as far as I know. But the group on their way from California are very much alive. My chapter developed a number of methods for dealing with the threats of this region. It falls on me, and hopefully you, to give them an edge.
Tell me about the urgent task.
Perfect. Time is of the essence. I compiled a list of locations the Brotherhood had previously been tracking as enemy hotspots. Every day I'll highlight a location and a mission that can provide the Brotherhood a strategic advantage. I call these daily ops. Head there using your map and I'll provide instructions. Complete the mission and there'll be compensation. If you're fast and efficient, I'll even up the reward. So pay attention in there and work quickly. Come see me after your first op. I'll throw in an extra something for you. If you have any questions about daily ops, ask. Otherwise, hit your map, find the op, and let's take back Appalachia.
No, okay. So to do that, you do this, you do up, and you do this. What is it? Blood Eagles at West Tech. Oh, that's easy. I think they're explosive, right? I still do daily ops, only for the challenge points. Only the scored points, I should say. Oh, don't want that for explosive. That'll do better than close range.
Initiate Dodge here. I found radio interceptors.
Run through and open all the doors.
Someone's listening in on our communications. Not sure who it is, but I don't like it. Our uninvited guest must want us to put on a show. Let's oblige. Start thinning out their numbers first, and I'll provide further instruction.
Oh.
Also, I recommend going quiet. These guys pack a punch, and you'll be in a mess of trouble if you attract too many at once.
Decryption. Decryption is designed for stealth because these guys hit really, really hard, but I don't know that I've ever done it stealth-wise. I just go in with really big health and big guns. What? How? Where are you?
Some advice.
God, these guys are hitting hard even with all the crazy settings I put on this world. Where? And this vampire surprisingly isn't kicking things up
One of the
enough.
enemies nearby should interceptor.
You're in the middle room.
My intel is limited. You'll need to narrow it down yourself.
Oh no, they're in the little hallway. Yeah. There's a super mutant that likes to spawn in here. Right here.
Nice going. Got a code.
Alright, there's one over
You
here.
can use it to shut down an interceptor. I imagine there'll be tighter security nearby, so move quietly if you can.
The only problem is sometimes these don't have reliable enemy
Never
spawns.
knew what hit 'em. Keep it up. Wipe out another group and I'll try to get a lead on the next code.
Like, just sometimes you'll be in an area and no enemies have spawned at all. Put down. Where are you?
You really fucked up there, huh?
Okay.
Should be another code carrier.
Where are you
struck around.
spawning?
Find them.
Back
Take 'em
corner.
out.
Okay. After you do the first one, they start spawning closer to the decryptors or whatever they're
Good
called.
work getting the code. Head over to another
Now there's one up
interceptor
here.
and shut it down.
Oh, come on.
Anticipate reinforced enemy presence in the area.
Might be the first time I've had to use a stim pack.
Great. That's 2 down. There's one more left. Y'all know what comes next. I'm down another batch of these poor fools.
The hitbox is still really weird on flamer weapons. It's really much better to use in VATS. I love the the momentary pause when an enemy explodes. It's a little hard to see sometimes, but they just kind of ragdoll in the air for a second and then explode. Oh, they really are just straight to me. Any more? Come on, I need one more. That'll work. Now the last one should spawn over here.
This is a mean one. Sneak up on them first. Get a few shots in before they notice.
This is the dude with the grenade launcher? Yep.
If you have to.
And he's dead.
Need that code.
And decrypt. Oh, it took 5 minutes.
That does it. Our line is secure.
Now all the remaining enemies die.
Let's hope there aren't more of these out there. Ah, who am I kidding? I'll give you all a holler if I find another. Ad Victorium.
Ba-bum. What did I get? Oh, goody, a poodle sleeping bag. What a lucky get. Now I can sleep on the floor in a pretty little... I think it's like blue and pink. Oh, why'd you start me all the way over here? You know, shouldn't the population say
Welcome to
2?
Watoga, city of the future.
Because there's the one lady in the town.
Welcome to the city of Watoga. Greetings, visitor.
It's not showing anything
You
now,
have
it's
arrived
bugged.
at the city of
Actually, it should show 3. Vernon, the lady, and now me. I'm assuming super mutants don't register, excuse me, on the human scale of things, so I don't expect them to be there. Alright, Vernon, I did it. It's all done. Talk to me, Big Boss. He really does look like Big Boss.
You're back. Well, have you completed a daily op yet? If not, what are you still doing here?
I did it.
Yeah. Here for a treat, eh? Satisfaction of helping wasn't enough for you? Ah, I'm pulling your leg. You did good. You deserve this. But remember, I call them daily ops for a reason. There'll be another location and mission tomorrow. Keep an eye out.
Is that really it? Oh wait, no, he has like dialogue now.
Mind the smell. Hard to air the place out. Watoga's home of tomorrow, my ass.
I'd like to know more about you, Initiate Dodge.
Fine, but only since you came through for me. What exactly are you dying to know?
Why'd you join the Brotherhood?
Before the bombs, I was a burned-out Marine vet, bagging groceries. No family, no friends. After the bombs, I took to the bottle. Don't remember much. Years later, a recruiter for the Brotherhood comes through my neck of the woods. Believe it or not, they gave me a shot. Second lease on life. Maybe even civilization. Nothing else to it.
What's the real story behind you deserting?
Real story is that I was a naive fool. I left my post. Let the Brotherhood down.
Didn't he get like captured by slavers
Came
or
back
something?
to more fallen comrades than I can count.
A diehard like you running away from the Brotherhood, it doesn't add up.
Well, I'm not some goddamn equation, all right, egghead? Not as simple as a scared old man running off. Well, I was already a geezer when I joined up. Despite my years in the service, the Brotherhood ran me through the ringer with the rookies, the younger guys. Looked up to me, I guess. I had a soft spot for that youthful spirit. My superiors, though, like Senior Knight Wilson, they, look, the work the Brotherhood does, it's not easy, not safe. You need to harden these kids into solid steel to endure the dangers of it.
Why the hell are you rambling? That's mean. Sounds pretty rough.
It was rough. Nothing I couldn't shrug off, but the younger recruits were bending too far and sometimes snapping. One kid, damn it. Sorry. One kid got a lot more stick than carrot. Broken. Went AWOL in the middle of the night. The old fool I am saw it as my duty to chase him down before anyone like Wilson took notice. And the time I caught the kid, we were a day out. Completely lost our bearing. We got waylaid by a group of passing raiders. Guess they saw us as fit enough for their fighting pits, but weak enough to get the drop on them.
You were just trying to help that recruit. That's hardly deserting.
I abandoned my post all the same. Should have told Wilson right away instead of running off like some foolish hero. Spent the next decade or so slitting throats, caving in skulls, and doing anything I could not to be a corpse on the arena floor. Lost an eye. Lost the kid, too. That was a long, hard life to live. That is, until my latest handler brought me to the Watoga Civic Center fight pits. The smell of being so close to home got my blood boiling. Strangled the poor bastard with one of those collars, then ran like hell. I took a bullet from a search party, but I've been free of them since. Now I've just been limping around looking for any Brotherhood tech I can fix. Trying to make things right with a bunch of ghosts. Well, I still can. Yeah, but that's enough of the past. Hope you heard what you wanted. Leave me be for a spell, would you?
Okay. Oh, thanks. You gave me stim packs and a couple bullets. Well, excuse me. That's it for Fallout 76. Unless they add... They would have to add substantial stuff. Like, if they add an actual quest to the Nuka World on Tour thing, I would do that and show that off, but it's probably just a chain of events and stuff. It would have to be something sizable, like The Pit. The Pit was a good example. There was a few quests really with that, and then they become repeatables, but until something like that comes out, that's probably it for Fallout 76 for a good long while. At the rate they're going, probably another year or so. If they do more, who knows. But that is... Actually, what is coming out after the Nuka World? They have no mention of it. And we haven't... Oh, my webcam froze. We haven't actually seen any of the Nuka World on Tour content, have we? Huh. Well, it is what it is, and we'll have to see what they put out. But until then, thanks for joining me. Come back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon. But until then, bye.